Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to be making sculptures. All right, so all you're going to need is some construction paper, if you've got that around the house. I cut some into strips and I also have some big sheets. You're also going to need some sort of glue. I'm using glue sticks, a pair of scissors, and then a pen or a pencil. And you can also use markers too if you want to color stuff in. All right, well, let's get started. So to make your sculpture, you're going to need a base or something to put everything on top of. So what you're going to do is you're going to get a piece of colorful paper. I'm just going to leave it yellow because that's really easy to see. The first thing you're going to do is decide what you're making. Is it just going to be a sculpture? Is it going to be a roller coaster, an amusement park, a playground? Start brainstorming now. Think about what you want to make out of these strips of paper. And I'm going to show you different folding techniques to get different effects. All right, first folding technique. So when you're starting your sculpture, the first thing you need to do is figure out how you're going to attach the paper to the base, or this piece of paper right here. So they need feet to stand on. So what you have to do is you fold it. So fold it up here, and then fold it up here. And then you have feet that your strips of paper can stand on, or your lines can stand on. So I'm gonna take that, just attach it. All you need is some glue. Put a little bit on the bottom of each foot, and then you're going to place it on your paper. So I think I'm gonna put this one into the middle. I'm gonna press it down. I'm gonna count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm pressing kind of hard so it sticks. And now we have our first line, okay? You can kind of use your imagination to kind of figure out what you want to make. If you're making a roller coaster, this could be like a tunnel, or it could be part of the track. So it's really up to you to figure out how you want to do this. So we did the arch line, okay? Perfect for tunnels and feet if you're making an animal. You also can make a zigzag line. So to make a zigzag line, you fold frontwards. It's just like you're making a foot. Backwards, frontwards, backwards, frontwards, backwards. And you're going to go all the way down, keep on doing frontwards and backwards until you get down to the bottom. Then you have a zigzag line. Now you can attach this to another part of it. It could be by itself. I think I'm going to have it kind of like a set of stairs. These look like stairs to me. So I'm going to put some here. Put a little bit of glue here. I'm going to press 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get that to stick. Very good. Now if it pops off, you just kind of have to press it down again. If you drop something, no worries, you can pick it up later. All right, so I got some stairs. The next thing you could do is a curlicue line. So the curlicue line, I'm gonna use the red. All you need is a pencil or a pen, and you're going to wrap the paper around it. I'm just gonna keep twisting and twisting. And this takes practice, so don't get frustrated if you don't get this right away. And then you're just gonna take it off, and you have a curlicue. These work really well if you're making a tongue for like a lizard or a swirly part on your sculpture. So I haven't really decided what I want to make this into, but we're just going to keep going and see what happens. Ooh, interesting. Okay. I'm going to do another arch shape. So I'm going to make the feet fold up, so both sides, so they're going up, and then you can fold it like this. You could either do it so the feet stick out like that, or the feet can go in. It doesn't matter. Put a little bit of glue on the bottom. And stick it underneath. If I want to attach this part, I could add a little glue, just being really careful. Placing it down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. letting it go. If it pops off, just have to add a little bit more glue. Now sometimes this will happen too, where the foot pops up. All you have to do is add a little bit more glue. And you know what happened? I didn't count to 5 when I held that down, so maybe I should do that this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So now it's starting to look kind of like a dinosaur, with this being the head, and then these are the legs, and this is its tail. So I think it's turning into a dinosaur. Or it could be a playground or a roller coaster. It's totally up to you, but there's so many different things you can do. You can also, if you want, make circles by taking your paper strips, folding them like this. I put a little bit of glue right here, and I'm gonna roll this up, stick it down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm gonna find a place to put it. You can stack your shapes up. So if I wanna put that there, I can totally do that. So I'm gonna take a little bit more glue, like that. And I'm gonna stick it on top, see if this works. Now, if something's not working, try it a different way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's see if that works. Oh, it works. It's getting a little floppy. So you don't want it to go too tall or just gonna fall over. So I would only do 2 levels. So first level, second level, okay? This, if you were making it into a roller coasters, you could have the tracks going through it and around it. You can get really, really fancy with it. If you're making a playground, you could think about how you're gonna make swings or a slide. If you're making animals, you can think about what shapes you could use to put those together to make an animal, and just get really creative. We are going to make another sculpture, and we're going to be using the same paper strips and construction paper that we use for our other sculpture. I'm going to make a lizard. You might remember last year we made some different kinds of animals with paper to make animal sculptures, so you can try it out again. So I'm going to make a lizard because I have a lot of green paper. Sounds like a good idea. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the legs first so that the lizard can stand up. So you're going to take your strip of paper, you're going to fold it up, you're going to fold it up. So this is his first set of legs. And then you're going to get another green paper, which I have right here. And I'm going to fold it. Boom, boom. And then that's another set of legs. So if you can imagine, those are the toes. And it even a possibility to cut out the toes. So I'm just cutting out triangles. It's kind of like that. So he's kind of got spiky toes. So I'll do the same thing on all 4 feet. All right, so now that I have my toes cut out for my feet, I'm going to glue. So I'm going to add a little bit of glue here, here, and I'm going to place him down so now the feet sticking out. These would also make really good dinosaur legs or frog legs. If you're making a paw for a dog or something, it'd be more round. Do the same thing with this strip. Okay. The next step is to make the neck and the back of your animal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use another green paper. Put it right here. So this is going to be for the neck, this is going to be for the tail, and then that's for his body. So I'm going to glue that on. Put a little bit of glue here, a little bit here. Press it down. I'm not going to forget this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can even hold it a little bit longer if you want. Okay, so now we have his neck and we have his tail, or part of his tail. We want to make his tail a little bit longer. So to make his tail longer, what you can do is you can cut a piece of paper, or if you want it really long, but that's too long, so I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller. Cut that in half. Then I'm gonna use my pen again, wrap it around to make that curly Q line. I was gonna say shape, it's a line. Let's see, I'm gonna glue that on. Stick that there. And if the glue sticks out a little bit, you can just kind of rub it off. Now I'm just gonna press it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And then for the head, I'm gonna use the other half to make his head. So I'm gonna figure out how I want that to look, or if I need to make it bigger. I think I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger, so I'm gonna get another green piece of paper. I'll clean up my mess a little bit. Okay. So I'm gonna do the circle shape again, just by folding these two together. So I'm gonna put a little bit of glue here. That would be perfect for a head. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the bottom. Okay. Like that. If you want to make a tongue, because lizards have really long tongues, you can take your red paper, same thing we did with the tail, and you are going to roll it up to make a curly Q shape. Okay, pull that out. Give it a little shake. Excellent. And then I'm gonna put this, I think I'm gonna put it right in this area. Put a little glue on it. Now, if you want to make the body a little bit thicker, you could actually cut out from the big paper an oval shape to give it a little bit more of a wider body or a bigger body, so he's a little bit more substantial. But I like using the thin lines, it's kind of fun. All right, you're gonna place that. Now that's gonna weigh it down, so think about that too. If you're gluing stuff to another part of your sculpture, it might get heavy and come down. So just kind of roll with it, work with it. Now I wanna add eyes. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna take some white paper. And I'm going to cut out circles. Now, if you're not sure how to make a circle and you don't have anything to trace, you can use what's around you. Like I could take my marker cap, put it on my paper. Here, let me move this out of the way so you guys can see. So I'm just gonna use a scrap paper. I'm gonna fold it in half because I wanna make 2 eyes. I'm gonna take this because it's a perfect circle. Put it down there, and then you're going to take a pen or a pencil. I'm going to grab this pencil. And if you need your parents to help you, that's fine too, because cutting circles takes a lot of practice. And I'm sure they'd be more than happy to help you. So I got my circle. Remember, my paper's folded, so when I cut it, you're going to get 2 circles. And I was also thinking with my other sculpture that I made, the first one, if you were making a roller coaster, it might be fun to make a little like cart that people ride in and then put the little people inside. So if you figure out how to do that, I'd love to see that. Or even if it's like train tracks, there's so many different options. Okay, so I'll put that back. Make sure you pick up your scraps. You always want to clean up after yourself, and then you want to figure out where you want to put your eyes. I think I'm going to put them right here. So now, if you can't get that to stick, because that's not enough space, because that's a really thin piece of paper and you want it to stick, all you have to do is fold your circle in half, kind of like a taco shell, like that. And then you're going to stick it underneath, like that. So again, you have your circle, you're going to fold it like a taco shell, okay, in half. Then you're going to put a little bit of glue right here. Then stick it on. If you need somebody to help you hold it down, that would be also good. It's always good to have an art helper. If you need to take a marker to make the pupils for the eyes, do that. If you want to draw the pupils first before you glue it down, that would work too. Okay. And that is our lizard. If you want to add other details like grass, you could use a strip of green paper. You can use your scissors. Okay. And just do little cuts. Just be careful with your fingers. And when I'm cutting, I'm not cutting all the way through, just halfway down. So you get little grass blades of grass. You can fold them down a little bit. And then to get it to stick, you can't stick it like that. So you fold down the bottom so it has some feet. Or one big foot, I should say. Glue it. And then you can stick it onto your paper. You can add as much grass as you want. If he's by some water and you want to use a big piece of blue paper to make some water that he's drinking, maybe, you could do that. There's also different ways you could make the head. If you wanted to use more of an oval shape, or you wanted to just cut out a shape from the green paper and glue that on, that would work too. All right, thank you so much for joining me today with my lizard and my other sculpture. I can't wait to see what you guys make. Remember, just be careful when you're using the scissors and clean up after yourself, because I'm sure I'm going to get in trouble leaving all these scraps around. And happy creating. Thank you so much.